Hey everyone. So this morning, after taking care of my inner work, I got on the internet and I started looking at some bodybuilding quotes. Came one across that Arnold put out there, and he said, "If you wear gloves to lift, make sure they match your purse." I love that one. But today I want to talk about an experience I had at the bank 2 days ago. Walk in, and there's only two people ahead of me, and then a lady comes in behind me, and I said, I'm not pressed for time today. You can go ahead of me. But then when it came my turn for service, I get up to the teller, and it comes very clear to me very quickly that she's not really in the mood to be serving today. And so the long and the short is, I ended up just packing up my paperwork without saying a word, putting it all together, and just walking out. So kudos to me for not burning any bridges or ships. But I was angry. I was hot. And I had about 50 yards to walk to the car, and I'm simmering pretty good by the time I get to the car. So the monologue starts. What the hell's that woman's problem? What did I do that triggered her? Damn that bitch. Then the voice changes, and it says, "Steve, she's just probably having a bad day, and you're the one that absorbed it." And absorb it I did, by the way. Then the next voice. Yeah, I'm hearing voices now. It's common. But the voice changes and says, "Oh, Mr. Tough Guy Self-Discipline changes his working out 5-6 times a week. Diet's completely renovated, no sugar in it, alcohol and cannabis down to a bare minimum. Sleep patterns locked in, but he can't handle the bank teller. He allows her in. You allowed her in your head, bro. That's what happened. Man, what's up?" Well, then the voice changes. The voice changes, and this is the one that I have come to rely on, the self-discipline one, the teacher. The teacher comes up and says, hold up. You know what? The last things you just thought about, they're spot on, because you have changed. In the past imagine you would have encountered this situation 3 months ago. How would you have dealt with it? I'm pretty sure you would have walked out there very quietly, number one. You wouldn't have thought that, man, she's just having a bad day. But here you are. You've given it consideration, and by the way, the milestones that you've reached in your plan here, fantastic. Keep up the great work, brother. But, and here's the but for you, my man. This is still the monologue going on. Here's the but. She exposed a chink in your armor. And by the way, instead of sitting here cursing her out, you may want to consider, number one, praying for her, meditating that she has a better day now that you're out of her face. Number two, and just as importantly, instead of cursing this woman out, perhaps you would consider thanking her for exposing this chink in your armor. Because this is an aha moment for you, my man. This is an aha moment. You see, you have been doing great in your self-discipline. But this is not a bed, this is a ladder. You gotta keep climbing, my man. So let's pick it up. Let's step up. You got this. And you know what? The reason I tell this story is because 3 months ago, I couldn't have done this. I fully concur with that. And that's, amazingly, that's when I started training with a bodybuilding coach. And I see it this way. Let me give you an example. Wow. One day, it's the morning, I walk in the gym. My coach is 20 steps behind me. We're both just doing our own personal work. There's no coaching today. So he comes in and he says, Steve, what are you training today? Well, Max, it's leg day for me. The tone of that was, Max, I hate doing legs. I gotta do it though, so I'm gonna do it. I asked Max what he's doing, what he's training today. Steve, I'm training legs, and I've been waiting for this all week. The light bulb goes on. I'm telling you, the light, I'd look around like, first, this guy's crazy. 5:30 in the morning, and he's pumped about doing leg training. I'm like, you know what? That's, you may want to consider adopting that kind of formula. So then I started thinking about this, after all this. So now I do love that leg day, by the way, but I don't have to do hack squats. I don't have to do leg day. Just like I don't have to go to work. I get to go to work. I don't have to make my bed. I get to make my bed. I don't have to do any weight training. I get to do it. It's a privilege. So it just spills, bodybuilding has just spilled over into my life. And it's created a lot of change in my life, especially the food and the alcohol part. So people, hang in there and keep training and realize that you get to do it. God bless. Peace out.